Good to go. All right. Thank you very much. First, that's one SG over on YouTube. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone who is in the community chat over on Twitter/X/Spaces. Appreciate you all being here. We've got some exciting updates if you missed last week's space that we're going to go through here on YouTube so we can all get that, watch that at a leisurely rate and really soak in all this information. And then, of course, after 10 minutes of these updates, we'll jump back to the community space over on X and just hang out, have a fun time over there, and yeah, so have a good day, have a good Monday morning. So I'm going to share my screen over on YouTube, and we're going to go through essentially, if you missed last week, which I think most of you guys, I see Abel here, Botak, Pacheco, Six Intern, Quantum Tech, Stormy, Trules, Sir Ruggless, good to see you, Release Me, Jules, Santos, San. We got a whole full house here and a full house of people who I believe were fully in the house last week. But if you weren't and you're rewatching this, just some updates. We had the Somewhere Quantum Edition. So the Quantum come in two colorways. You can see here the matter and antimatter variations. Those are live on the site right now, and they do start shipping December 10th. I've seen a bunch of orders come in for those. So kudos to everyone who has picked up early the either matter or antimatter. I see antimatter is cooking. People loving the all black. So those like I said, are on sale now and start shipping free globally December 10th. So get those. There is a holder code. So if you're in our Discord, you get a 10% off code. And we will also have additional code for 15% here for members of this town hall here today. So if you are looking to get a holiday gift for someone, there's no tax, we're covering that. There's no shipping, we're covering that, and an additional 15% off. You'll get a few things, talk about everything you get here with the Quantum Edition, but specifically what they're built for are spatial movies and then also spatial music, of course. So we have our GTs, which are for gaming, of course, have the movie mode, have the music mode. They're specifically tuned for gaming, and they have that same, which we'll talk about here in a second, that same V3 hyperdynamic driver. So the sound engine is the same, but it's like two different cars with the same engine. One's tuned for this, one's tuned for this. So these are specifically tuned for those spatial movies and music. Moving down, talking about that hyperdynamic driver, this is the most powerful spatial sound engine that has ever been put in an earbud. Oh, getting a call, sorry. So this is our third generation. Our second generation is what is in all the Sonware factions out there. Our first edition, our first version or generation was in all the prototype units we built over the course of a year with the community. So this is also what is in the Sonware GTs, what I've got in my ear right now. We had kind of tucked those in there and I won't say nerfed it, but we did not give the full power to it. And we'll talk about in a little bit how you can unlock that full power today if you have Somewhere GTs. But Somewhere Quantum Edition have that right out the gate. And I say it's like there's it's just this goosebumps, and you're hearing things like in a movie that's like you're in a movie theater, but it's this earbud and you're on a plane or whatever. It's a small space, but big sound, and really like just visceral. I can't describe it any more than that. So do check it out if you are looking to purchase. I know a lot of you here in the space have tried these, obviously. So I see Shantos and Flu. We're over on YouTube for the first 10 minutes. But then I'll pull you up and we can chit chat. But yeah, these are sorry, I was getting back to what I was saying. There's a 30-day trial for anyone who has not tried these for any of our Sonware factions, GTs, or Quantum. So try them out, hear them yourself. If you're not blown away, send them back, please, because I'll use them. But if you are blown away, obviously, tell your friends. Moving down, Son Shield. So this is something that also comes with every Sonware Quantum. These are additional earplugs for your ears, advanced hearing protection. So the idea is, you got to save your hearing for hyperreality audio, which, is a sound that our earbuds create. And if you're out and about near construction zones, you work in a I don't know, noisy environment or you go to concerts a lot, what these will do is they'll bring the decibels down, but also keep that precision sound. So there's this filter built into them. They're really nice liquid silicon. There's a bunch of companies out there, Loop, Zound, they all sell these. So these will come with every Quantum edition. So that $329, if you're getting that 15% discount here at in the space, or that 10% off community code, it's a little bit better, but they will also sell independently for $40 starting December 10th. Now, moving down, this is something, if you were catching the early part of the space, Abel was talking about this. This is Soncast. So Soncast it's a bunch of things, but what it's really for is dual experiences. So what our mission and what we're set out to do is create a whole new way to experience audio. And a large part of that is interactive audio experiences, right? So sharing experiences with people. And so it's not a one-player game. It's very much a two-player game. And with Soncast, it's super easy. You can just plug this little 3.5 millimeter jack into whatever audio source you have, say a TV, you're on the airplane, got that airplane little plug-in jack, and it's a Bluetooth transmitter, right? And you can sync two Sonware. So if I got two right here. We could sync both to it and experience the same sound at the same time. Not all Bluetooth transmitters are built the same. These are specifically invented to pair with Sonware. They will work with other earbuds, but you won't have that handshake for the lowest latency possible and the best sound quality coming through. So again, this is specially built for Sonware, and we'll talk to Abel here later. I know he was talking about it earlier, but being able to use that in a production setting as well to monitor, to mix master, to use this as your Sonware as a monitor, right, on the go, in your studio, whatever you want to use it for. This is a tool that can help that workflow. So we will talk to Abel a little bit later. Yeah, pretty cool things. We'll have some more updates publicly about Soncast here this week. So last week was really focused on Somewhere Quantum Edition, and this will pair nicely with it. There will be some bundles also that kind of give you the white, the black, and the Soncast together, so you can stream movies with people, and those will be coming out as well soon. The other updates, Soundscape. So this is our mobile app. This is going to be the year of Soundscape. So coming in Q1, we're going to have a total reboot of the app. Right now, it's essentially just a feature control for your Sonware, edit the EQ. For GTs and Quantum, you can switch to movie mode, and you can switch to game mode. Game mode, of course, for GTs. This is going to be where spatial audio content lives, and we're working with a lot of fantastic spatial audio artists, creators, to populate this with content right off the bat. So everything from videos to soundscape experiences to movies and TV shows to music, of course, podcasts, stuff like that, right? To be able to jump in here and kind of like Instagram scroll, but instead of seeing things, experiencing them spatially. So there's a lot more to this. Of course, we'll get into it, but that is the quick update there. The quick update with firmware. So inside of Soundscape, you can update your firmware. The firmware is over the air, so you just load it up on your Soundscape and take your Sonware out. And it takes, for these builds, it's fully rebuilding them, so it will take about 25-30 minutes. You can just leave your phone there and walk away, or in any other device that will pair to your headphones. So for Sonware GT today, you can unlock that full version 3 driver that we told you was tucked away in here secretly. So you get that. I'll tell you, the sound jump, the GT's already sounded incredible. The sound jump to these V3 fully unlocked versions it's remarkable. Like you will have again, like I said, a visceral reaction to it's like, oh man. So again, I can't describe it to you. You have to experience it. That's available today, and that enhances movie mode as well, but also keeps that gaming focus for the EQ across the board. For Sonware, for going back to what we've had available since January of this year, December 10th, when Quantum ship, when Soundcast is available, we will be adding a cinematic movie mode to that as well. So these are our V2 drivers, but we've still been able to build a cinematic movie mode similar to the one that's in Quantum, so you can get that same spatial movie experience. It's really neat. So I'm a big movie buff. I've been loving it, and I can't wait for you guys too. Crystals, this is something very specific to our community. So if you're in our Discord community, if you're in our Web3 community, you guys know about this. So I'll keep it short. These are have been updated. You can go check your wallets, stuff like that. These will be essentially, think of them as like tickets in an arcade. You have your crystals, you can spend them to unlock exclusive community or community exclusive drops. So these are only drops for the community. So tech, accessories, art, gear, experiences. We're going to have a lot that we're offering, and this will start in Q2. So be on the lookout for that. You will need an avatar. And speaking of avatars, which are your identity for the soundscape, for the Son ecosystem, right? Your Son ID. They will obviously allow you to unlock access, earn volume, express yourself, in thousands of ways. Cro-Magnus has he's hand-drawn. I cannot tell you how many accessories have been made. He talked about it a little bit last week. So if you want to hear it from the man himself, jump back to last week's space and go about, I think it was about 26 minutes in, something like that. You can hear him talk about that. So these will be dropping in Q1, and it's gonna be a colorful Q1. Oh my gosh, these things are awesome. So yeah, we will have more spaces for that right after the holidays, and gearing up towards that. Going quickly through the roadmap before we jump back to the space here and end it on YouTube. First of all, I want to say, people on YouTube, thank you for thinking I'm cute streaming. Appreciate that. Stormy Botox says, "Where's Vitalik?" I bet he's secretly watching. We did get to meet Vitalik this summer, which was very cool. Get to pitch what we're doing with San on a grander scale on the Web3 side. So that was really neat. And then audio mining, yes. So that's part of what we're talking about. But moving, good segue, actually, Stormy. I appreciate that. So what's coming next for our roadmap? We've got some more short-term stuff, which is TV Chosun, which is, you can see here, there's images on the screen. We have been fortunate enough to have this opportunity where all the judges on one of Korea's largest talent-based shows, like the American Idol or America's Got Talent, stuff like that. Very similar show, but for university students, called University Song Festival. This will be available to watch in full on Netflix in December. We are going to Korea for the final episode, the live one they do where they pick the winners and they vote and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be there, so expect some good content behind the scenes, and we'll get to meet these judges who are like actual legends in Korean entertainment. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All the contestants too, especially the winning team, if it's a band or an individual, we'll see. But you can see them here rocking the quantums on stage, and the judges using them to monitor the next Korean music stars. So check out that. That's every Thursday. The show is live. We've linked to that, but you can also check it out on Netflix all in one go. So pretty neat. And then, of course, Soundscape audio mining. Yes, this is where you can earn as you listen. We've put a lot of thought into this, but we realize, wow, this could be a lot bigger than we even imagined. So that's why it is the year of Soundscape. So really gearing up for a lot of excitement over there. Again, with Soundscape Spatial Sound, that is really what we've begun to focus in on the niche. We realize, obviously, very early on, and what our starting mission was, is to create essentially VR for your ears, right? That's what the conversation was, and it's putting these things in and creating an interactive, a world that you like. It takes you to this different dimension of sound, and not just taking you there when in a quality way or a precise spatial, like, oh, I feel like I'm at this concert, taking you somewhere beyond that. So it's hyper realistic. It's beyond realistic. It's interactive. There's so much more to this sound that these things can produce, and that the software can aid in allowing you to interact with. So that's others, that's content, that's a whole lot more, and really a whole economy that can be built off this. So that is where we're headed. If you're in the community, you know a lot more details on that. But if you don't, join the community and learn something. Discord.gg/SAN. All right. And then, of course, a move to mass market. We've stayed essentially a little bit more niche in our quantities. Of course, we've only had, I think there were 500. Well, I know there were 500 of each colorway factions. GTs were also pretty limited. And we've done some other limited drops, like we'll talk about in the last slide here, which is the Supra drop. Only 88 of those bad boys. Um, and then quantums are limited as well. So as we start to gain traction here on the Web 2 side, on our on more people figuring out, okay, there's something going on over here. Actually, let me check out San. We've been gaining traction there and starting to understand better what people actually want, but also more about what we can do. We've unlocked a lot of opportunities on more of the mass market side. We've been able to get our costs down, a lot on the manufacturing side. So we're just, yeah, really excited about the future, this year specifically being 2025 coming up, and what we can do for bringing this sound quality, which again, we're competing with, and this is, I know a lot of you guys would say this, and in our early days of prototyping, it was, realizing, okay, this sound quality is equivalent, if not different, right? We're not comparing, it's kind of apples to oranges, but certainly punching above our weight class in the $1,000 to $2,000 price range, if not also replicating studio level quality in instances. So having that available at lower prices like $329, currently $270 for the factions, that's what we're also excited about, is to make this all way more accessible and have that barrier to entry to spatial sound a lot lower. So excited. Thank you all for helping do that. There's a little socks joke there. The Soulbound, if you know what that is and you're in the community, go over and check the Soulbound chat. There's a little surprise for you there, a form you need to fill out. We did a meet the team last week, so you guys got all you guys got to jump in Discord and chat with the new team members, which was fun. I think we're gonna do it again. Maybe next week, because we have two new team members that want to intro you guys to, and then we yeah, kind of showcased over on LinkedIn the Waxy Sound Production Studio, told that story. We don't need to do that again. And then of course the Supra winners. So last week, congratulations, Stormy. I see you're actually in the chat too, over on Twitter, or over on, sorry, on Twitter and YouTube. But Francois, Felix, uh Gojo, and Trules. Yeah, you guys were the winners. So congratulations. These will be shipping out December 10th as well. Tentatively, we're waiting for Supra to send some goodies that can go in the box as well. So those will drop as tokens. I've DM'd you guys. You guys know what to do. So that is essentially the big gist. We're now going to jump off of YouTube and back over to Twitter or X to close out the space. But before we do, yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone for jumping in. We're going to keep doing these 10-minute today. I guess it was kind of 20 minutes. We'll keep it shorter next time. Updates for everyone to watch on YouTube, but we'll also be jumping back into Twitter and of course Discord and all that, all the good places to hang out that we have. So yeah, tune in next week. We do these every Monday at 3 p.m. and we'll yeah, we'll keep going. Have a wonderful day. Catch you over on